take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous flight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
All right, welcome back, race fans. Tonight, the Upper Edge Racing League takes to the track of Martinsville Speedway for the APC Auto Parts Interest 200. We are here live with these guys here on MaxSpeedTV. They've been out here turning laps here in practice here this evening. Getting ready for 200 laps here. Stage 1 will end on 100 laps. I am Joshua Medlock on a mic here tonight in the broadcast booth. Charles Wooten was going to join me, or well, in fact, I was going to join him in the booth tonight, but he had asked me to step in for him as he is under the gun for some severe weather this afternoon. So stay safe, Charles. We hope for the best for you, man, and hopefully we'll see you back on the mic here, shortly. But as far as that is concerned, we are here. We've got it under control. I'm still a little bit under the weather myself, but I am here at, anyway. So, but we're going into tonight here at Martinsville for the point standings. We'll take a look at those real quick here, folks. Michael Finlayson coming in first with 107 points. Dylan Roberts in second with 99 points, 8 behind Finlayson. Ashton Crowder in third, 96 points. He is 11 behind the leader, Michael. Adam de Blasio in fourth, 82 points, 25 behind Finlayson as well. Grant Davis as well, 82 points. He's also 25 behind. Shane Thier in sixth in points here, 78 points, 29 behind the leader. Bradley Burke in seventh, 76 points, 31 behind the leader. Tanner Tellerico in eighth, 75 points, actually tied with Walker Thomas in ninth with 75 points. Both of those gentlemen are at 32 behind the leader. And Michael Area will round out the top 10 in points here with 73 points, 34 behind the leader, as you see on the right, folks. 11th through 20th, Philip Radicek 11th, Mike Tellier in 12th, Justin Munsill in 13th, Brandon Kaufman in 14th, Tanner Allen in 15th, Carl Shedd in 16th, Ron Dyson in 17th, Robert Kinney in 18th, Brandon McKissick in 19th, and Patrick McLaurin is in 20th in points here this evening. As we look on the cars here this evening, now I know Ryan Dyson is running the APC Auto Parts Interest paint scheme here, so a big shout out to him for running the paint for this this race here tonight. He is also running one of the paints for the league's sponsors, and we will get to the league sponsor here right and now, folks. A big shout out to our Expressions Crowder Crew, www.crowdercrew.com, My Car Doc, Profile Machine Products, also known as PMP, Eddie's Sports Bar, Suicide Preventions, Car Zip, The Drill Spill, and of course NC Design Concepts. We do not know much about a lot of these league sponsors here, but hopefully throughout the season as it progresses we'll know more about them. Now that is on the league side of things for the sponsors, so we will get to on the MaxSpeedTV side of things. Walt's Beard Co. For all your beard products out there. They are the official grid sponsor of MaxSpeedTV. Great to have them on board. Sim Speed Shop for all your iRacing needs, handbrakes, button boxes, just about anything you can think of. They can probably build it. SimSpeedShop.com. Check them out. Elite 7 Racing, the official dirt team to MaxSpeedTV, and the Ohio IndyCar League, a league that I broadcast, ladies and gentlemen, here on MaxSpeedTV. Not only a league that I broadcast, but a sponsor of MaxSpeedTV who has opened up recruiting to anybody out there who's willing to join. They do drive the IR18 race once a month. They're off this month in May, but they will be starting back up in June to continue on their season. Great to have them on board as well. And of course, a big shout out to iBog, Jason Allison over at ibog.co for the great graphic work, broadcast overlays, graphic work, anything that you need done, iBog can do it. So great to have all of these sponsors on board. Of course, the fans out there as well. Great to have you guys on board. Without you guys, the fans, the leagues, and of course a big shout out to the owner of MaxSpeedTV, Rudy Cummings, out there for allowing so many of us to be a part of a great team here. We've got a lot of good things going on, and we try to help out each other when we can. Just like tonight, Charles under some severe weather, and so I've decided to step in and help him do this league here. So me running in the second chair normally, well, I'll be in first chair here tonight. So great to have everybody out there. Well, I'm not sure how to pronounce your name. I'll just call you Dim for short. Glad to have you in chat. Mr. Jackson Action Allen, that is. I'll get that out in a quick minute. Try to say that 5 times fast and you'll get tongue-tied there. Glad to have you in chat. Yeah, hello to you yourself. Should be a great race here, folks. They'll be pulling 200 laps here. And, of course, as we look here at the pre-race analytics here for this race here this evening, air temp 78 degrees Fahrenheit, 55% humidity, track temp 104 degrees, so it's going to be a little slick out there for these fellas, but I'm sure they'll get it under control nevertheless and have a great race. And I expect a little bit of bumping, a little bit of banging, and if you ain't rubbing, you ain't racing, especially at a short track. So I imagine they're going to be doing that here this evening, with it being such a short track at Martinsville is. Laps 200, of course, like I said, folks, stage 1 will end at 100 laps, so a caution flag will fly at 100 laps, and they'll have their stage 1 winner. And of course, we'll try our best to get him or her up here to interview if we can. That is another thing I'll talk about here in a minute, but they'll be pulling 105 miles here tonight. And I'm not sure what the tire or the fuel window will be here, but I'm sure they're going to be, once we start seeing pit road, people coming into pit road, I'm sure that's when you will see the actual fuel and the tires wear off. I think tires are going to be a bigger key here than fuel, but nevertheless, it's still going to make for a great race. Pit road, 35 miles an hour, so they're really going to have to get that car wound down to 35 miles an hour, so they do not get that all elusive speeding penalty. We got about 5.5 minutes, close to 5.5 minutes here left in practice. Still got a few guys out there pulling some laps here. Bradley Burke in that 51 machine. Shane Theron out here pulling some laps as well. McAleria out here. There's several guys out here pulling some laps. Dylan Roberts as well. Riley Grant Davis. So you got still some guys out here trying to get as much practice in as they possibly can to see if they can come away with the win here, or possibly, you know, just a top finish here at such a short track like Martinsville, the paperclip as it's called. Yeah, Mr. Jackson, action, that is, yeah. They're going to be doing some bumping and some banging, I'm sure, out here tonight. I don't expect a lot of cars out here to come away with 0X. Now, I have seen it. Don't get me wrong. It has been done, folks. But you know, it's going to be really, really close indeed. And it looks like everybody's coming down pit road here. Probably going to be doing a driver's meeting here momentarily for everybody. Yes, sir, they will. So, we'll let them do the driver's meeting here, folks, and we will get ready to rock and roll here for Martinsville. So far, folks, we've got 25 drivers that have entered the lobby here. So a nice size field for Martinsville. Beware Randoms, glad to have you back in chat, brother. Hopefully you don't have to leave all of a sudden here tonight. Last night you kind of left on me, but it's cool, man. We understand here, MaxSpeedTV. You know, real life stuff comes in and you just got to go. So we're glad to have you back in chat, man. Josh Medlock on call here tonight, so glad to have you in chat. Never played it. Well, folks, if it's your first time here at MaxSpeedTV, be sure to hit that like button down below. And, of course, hit that subscribe button and that little bell to turn on notifications. Turn on notifications. You'll know when MaxSpeedTV goes live. And we broadcast pretty much 7 days a week, folks. I believe most of us is off on a Friday night. So, but we've usually got something going on Fridays. Either Rudy streaming something, or Charles may be goofing off doing something, or there may be a Friday night I may be doing something. I don't know. But for the most part, we do stream iRacing and maybe a few of the other games here and there. But we've got about less than a minute left here in practice. Of course, driver's meeting is taking place here, so stay tuned, folks. We'll be getting this underway here momentarily for the Upper Edge Racing League. This is the APC Auto Parts Centuries 200 at Martinsville. Well, Nightbot, glad to have you back in chat. Yeah, I know, it's a Nightbot. Nightbot's always there. Well, regardless of what it was, beware. We don't have to get into that, man. It is what it is, bud. But glad to have you back in chat. You know, you show up when you can, and, you know, real life stuff takes place. You leave when you have to. So we fully understand. Well, that'll do it for practice, folks. We'll get them into qualifying here. And it is open qual, folks. Open qualifying indeed. They get about 15 minutes to qualify. And, boy, you want to talk about it being a little different with the qualifying being open. Everybody's out here on the track together. So you're going to have to, you know, put that time in as quickly as you can. Don't hit the wall. Don't get off track. Don't hit other vehicles, or your time will not count. So they're going to have to be very, very cautious here, as Riley Grant Davis will put in the first time here and put himself on the pole. And Ashton Crowder comes in and just dominates that first lap. Of course, now he's being knocked out by Brandon McKissick. So these times are going to be coming in pretty quickly, folks. So please stay attuned for that. Well, beware, man. If you can come back, bud, come on back. We'd be glad to have you back in chat, man. But we understand. All right. Well, it looks like they only get one lap. A few at a time are coming on the track, and then they'll do the other times, kind of like what they did the last time. So far, Brandon McKissick still has the pole here. He is sitting on pit road, as well as a few of the other drivers. Dylan Roberts on pit road. Michael Laria just now coming down pit road. Michael Finlayson looks like is going to probably come down pit road. We'll keep an eye on him and see what he does. No. Well, Hopper, glad to have you in chat there, man. Haven't seen you in a bit. Just a different type of qualifying they do here, folks. So like Bradley Burke's going to be bringing it down pit road, currently in that 10th spot. Joshua Adams in currently at the 9th spot in qualifying here. Ashton Crowder doing some burnouts down pit road in that 27 Virginia Tech machine there. Got about 8.5 minutes left here, folks, in qualifying. It looks like most, if not everybody, is down pit road here. Adam DeBlasio still out here in that 94 Syracuse machine. Putting a lap in here. Adam moved up to 19th here in qualifying. After second lap of there. Looks like he's still trying to get some more time in, better his qualifying position. Right now, top of the board, though, is Brandon McKissick in that number 42 machine. Brandon McKissick in that 42 machine sitting on pit road there. Now, I'm not sure exactly what's going on. So maybe we can get somebody down here to maybe talk to. We'll see if we can pull Brandon up here and talk to him and see what they're doing. You know how they're doing qualifying here at Martinsville. It looks like they might have went back into a driver's meeting here, folks. So we'll give it a minute and see what happens. All right, it looks like Brandon is coming back out on the track. So we will not bring him up here. There are several drivers out here. Ashton Crowder as well. Dylan Roberts, Michael Finlayson, and Ryan Dyson. Oh, that number 4 machine almost lost it here in qualifying. Good save by Tanner Allen. Got a minute and a half here, folks. Looks like we do have some more drivers coming out, back out on the track here. Dylan Roberts in the 31 looks like is bringing his machine back out onto the track. Brandon McKissick, though, still has the pole here with the 20.039. About with 5/10 of a second, roughly, between him and Ashton Crowder. Ashton Crowder with a 20.099 is his quickest time here. And that'll do it, folks, for qualifying. Get them down on the grid here momentarily. wow, having all sorts of issues here. It looks like with ATVO again. Go to hit the quad grid and it does the replay, but nevertheless, Brandon McKissick will grab the pole here with the 20.039. Congratulations to Brandon for grabbing the pole. Ashton Crowder going to start on the outside of him in that second spot. Ryan Dyson in third. Riley Grant Davis in fourth. Dylan Roberts in fifth. Michael Area in sixth. Michael Finlayson in seventh. Tanner Allen in eighth. Joshua Adams in ninth. Bradley Burke will round out the top 10 here. Tanner Tellerico in 11th. Shane Theron in 12th. Walker Thomas in 13th. Bronson Stafford in 14th. Justin Munsell in 15th. Jamie Dyson in 16th. Carl Shedd in 17th. Seth Silverio in 18th. I hope I pronounced his last name correctly. Adam de Blasio in 19th. Robert Kenny in 20th. Tom Bourne, 21st. Shane Neiswanger, 22nd. Mike Atelier, 23rd. Brandon Kaufman will start 24th. Tommy Amassi, 25th. Baron Labasco, first one not to qualify, will start 26th. And that'll do it for the field here, folks. Get the standard 2 laps of pacing here, and then they will drop the green flag for 200 laps here. Of course, the 100 lap mark will signify the end of the first stage here. So it's going to be interesting to see who will pull out the stage win, nevertheless. But also, who's going to come away with the victory here tonight, as short track racing, folks, it's going to be some bumping and some banging, I'm sure. Let's see what kind of restart these drivers get here tonight, as that 27 of Ashton Crowder is going to start on the outside of the 42 of Brandon McKissick here at the start of this race. One more lap, folks, and we will be going green flag racing here. All right, pace car will dive in. I won't be doing the boogity tonight, folks. My throat is rather killing me, but nevertheless, we'll get them going here. Green flag is out. We are underway here for the Upper Edge of Racing, the APC Auto Parts Centuries 200 here, folks. Great start by all of these drivers out here. Brandon McKissick is going to lead the first lap here. Look back into the field of ways a little bit further now. Brian Dyson has taken over second spot. Pushed Ashton Crowder back here into third. Got a battle going back here for, it looked like the fourth spot here momentarily. Dylan Roberts in that 31 machine will get around the 24 of Riley Grant Davis. We are single file for the most part, folks. Everybody has decided to go single file. Turn down some of these laps. We're already on lap 5 of 200 here. We look back into the field a ways here. number 66 of Brandon Goffman told me not to come on him, but I told him I was going to anyway. So started 24th, currently running in that 22nd position. So he's already up 2 spots. We do have a battle going on right in front of Brandon, though, between Adam de Blasio and it looks like the 49 of Shane Neiswanger. That number 94 machine of Adam de Blasio will take that spot away from Shane. So that'll move Adam de Blasio into top 20 here. Now Adam's got his eye set on Robert Kenny, who's right up in front of him in that number 10 machine. Brandon McKissick has now got a 0.7 second lead over Ryan Dawson here, and it may not look like it's far on the short track here, and it's really not, folks, but you can go down a lap rather quickly here, as that 27 of Ashton Crowder is on the tail bumper of that 28 of Ryan Dawson. Ashton started second, and he's still up here fighting for that second spot. Of course, still a long race, still yet ahead of these fellows, as they are only on lap number 10 here. Brandon McKissick has been up front all 10 laps here so far. Battle going on back here between the Sorry about that, folks. Yeah, still under the weather here. Had to cough. Oh, man, that was rough. But anyway, there was a battle going on between that 14 and the 44 there of Michael Finlinson and Michael Laria here. Michael Finlinson did take the spot to move up into the 5th spot. But that 44 of Michael Laria is still, he's still back here on the back bumper. So, yeah, he is not giving up as of yet. Check back up on the leader here of that number 42, or Brandon McKissick. And now he looks like he may be coming up on some traffic here momentarily. We'll go back here to the 26th position here of Tommy Massey. And yes, sir, you see that 05 of Tommy Massey right there looking back to the leaders here. The leaders are right behind. There is the leader, the number 42 of Brandon McKissick, right there on the tail of Tommy Massey. So if a caution does not come out, folks, Tommy Massey may go a lap down if Brandon McKissick can, can't keep him behind him. And of course, if Brandon McKissick can pass him, Tommy has got to do everything he can to keep Brandon behind him. He has enough respect for him to stay out on the track, but Brandon gets that nose down in there. it may open the door. And as we see, there goes that 42. Tommy not going to fight him, though, so much respect given. So that will put Tommy Massey a lap down as they cross the line. 42 will get around the 97 to Mike Tellier as well to put Mike down a lap down. So two vehicles, this is how quickly, folks, that you can go a lap down that fast once them leaders catch up to you. Looking back here, we got a battle here for second place between the 28 and the 27 of Brian Dyson and Ashton Crowder. Now this is for position, folks. This is for the second spot here. Is that number 27 machine of Ashton Crowder's on that low side, fighting pretty hard down there to keep that 28 next to him, trying to make that pass clean onto that inside. Can't do it. Gets a little squirrely there, that 27 of Ashton Crowder does. That 28 gets a little high there, opens the door. The 27 will make the pass there to go into a second place. So that will put the 28 of Ryan Dyson back to third. Right now, folks, we do have several vehicles a lap down already. We are only, we're not even halfway through with the race here. Lap 25 of 200. First stage in on lap 100, folks. And we'll try our best to get the interview of the stage winner here. And right now, Brandon McKissick, who started on the pole, is having a strong vehicle out there. And we do have somebody that might have got into the wall right behind him. We'll go back here and see. That was the 49 of Shane Niswanger there. Looks like might have tapped the wall there. Coming out of the corner. Might have a little bit of a right front damage. You see there. Yes, he does. And, oh, we have a spin there. Well, that was Tom Bourne in that number 21 machine. No caution off the racing surface. There is a no caution, folks. Got it back going again, and he's back out on the track. We do have a new leader in that 27 machine of Ashton Crowder. Ashton Crowder now has led 2 laps. Bonus points for him coming into tonight as Ashton setting in that third spot in points. Michael Finlinson in first, Dylan Roberts. We'll check on Michael Finlinson here, currently your current points leader, currently running back here in that 5th position. Dylan Roberts setting in second in points. He is currently running back here in the 8th spot. And then, of course, Ashton Crowder is right now currently your leader. He is third in point. Adam de Blasio in the tied with Grant Davis for 4th in point. Adam running back here in 16th. And Grant Davis and I'm not seeing Grant Davis. Oh, there he is right there, Raleigh Grant Davis. There he is. The number of 4 machine currently, 24 machine currently running in 4th. Mr. Jackson, yeah, it's been clean so far. 32 laps down of 200. They've been running pretty clean here. You know, just trying to put these laps down as much as they can and trying to get the action as we go. But right now, you know, they're just right now these leaders are fighting a lap traffic here. Got the Ashton Crowder in the 27 machine currently running in the top spot here. Brandon McKissick started on the pole, currently running in 2nd. Ryan Dawson in 3rd. Raleigh Grant Davis in 4th. Michael Finlinson, your current points leader, in 5th. And right now, folks, there are already 5 cars that are a lap down here. Shane Niswanger in that 49 machine, I believe, is the last one that is a lap down. Now, if you look on to that number 66 of Brandon Kaufman, he'll be the next one to go a lap down as that 27 gets behind and gets around him. And Robert Kennedy, the last one on the lead lap now, folks. So as Brandon Kaufman does go a lap down. Now, all these that are a lap down, of course, you know, they're wanting the caution. They're wanting to get that wave by. Brandon Kaufman, it will be your current driver that will be in the lucky dog position. Well, these drivers have been clean so far, so we're going to come back here. We're going to kind of ride along with somebody here for a moment, folks. I'm going to give you a little bit of a different view. We're going to ride along with that 88 of Joshua Adams here, folks. So I'll shut up and let you kind of ride along with that number 88 to kind of show you what they're dealing with here. Alrighty, folks, hopefully y'all enjoyed that on-board view there with Joshua Adams. Kind of what they're dealing with here tonight at Martinsville. Brandon McKissick now back up front here as did get around Ashton Crowder. Ryan Dyson is in that second position here. Is on the tail end of Brandon McKissick. Now Ryan Dyson has yet to lead a lap here, folks. McKissick and Crowder are the only two that has led a lap. Brandon McKissick has led 32 laps and Ashton Crowder has led 13. as we look on the schedule, well, here, folks, for the Upper Edge Racing League next week, it will be at Michigan for 80 laps. Going to be a fantastic race there. Michigan is not a super speedway, but nevertheless, it makes for some great racing, as you know they push close to 200 miles an hour at Michigan. So please stay tuned for that one next week. And yeah, it's going to be an amazing race these guys put on. They have been clean here for the first 50 laps here tonight. So 49 laps, yeah, 50 laps. There we go, on lap 50 here. Have not completed lap 50 here yet, but they have been clean here so far, and they've been putting on a show here. You know, Martinsville's such a short track, you know, as they get around the 81 there of Seth Silverio, to put him a lap down. That leaves Bronson Stafford will be the last vehicle on the lead lap here, as they, I am sure, are going to be gunning for him as well. You know, they're just racing their own pace, and you know, getting around the lap traffic here. See, the next one is the 21, no, the 61. I'm sorry, the 21 machine of Tom Bourne is in between the 61 and the 42, which is a Brandon McKissick. So the 61's got a little bit of space between him and the leader, with that 21 being right there. But I imagine that 42, Brandon McKissick, will probably try to make a move here onto the inside, as that 21 gets loose there of Tom Bourne. We're going to ride along here with Tom here and see exactly what is going on. I'm sure they're filling the tire wear here, folks, because this is Martinsville. As they get really close there, 42 Brandon McKissick on the outside of that 21 machine of Tom Bourne. Now Tom is trying his best to stay on the lead lap. Oh, and there was some contact there, I am sure, made between that 21 and 42 machine. That will allow that 21 to get back up, and there's a little bit of driving going on between the 21 and 42 here. This is Martinsville, folks, so you're going to expect some contact between the drivers here tonight, as that 42 is getting right up onto the back bumper of that 21 machine, letting him know that, hey, not too happy about that, but I'm still right here with you. But nevertheless, the 42's got company with the 28 of Brian Dyson behind him. So, you know, Brandon McKissick's going to have to watch it as well, because if he makes a mistake, that'll open the door for the 28. And here comes that 28 sticking his nose in there, and going to try to make a pass as well. Decides to think better of it, and backs it back off. Now that 42 machine of Brandon McKissick will go take it low there. Still has not completed the pass on that 21 machine of Tom Bourne. But they're getting a little dicey between these three drivers here. Oh, and the 21 does make contact with that 61 machine. I did see that, folks. The 21 and the 61 do make contact. That opened the door up just a little bit after the contact made for that 21 to get around the 61. But that 61 is fighting on that outside now of the 42 machine of the leader, Brandon McKissick. And it looks like they're going to be trying to fight it out here, as well, as the 61 is going to bring it directly behind the 42. No contact made between them two right there, so good job by those fellas. You know, them guys are just wanting to stay just one lap down, but unfortunately they got put 2 laps down there. Now the 21 is only 1 lap down. And the 61 is also 1 lap down now as well. The 21 of Tom Bourne is just trying to stay 1 lap down and not go 2 laps down. So he's doing everything he can to keep that 42 behind him. Go back into the field of ways. Tanner Allen currently in that 11th position. Adam de Blasio currently in the top 10 here, currently running in the 10th spot. It looks like Ashton Crowder unfortunately took his car behind the wall. Ashton Crowder did lead 13 laps, folks, but he has taken his car behind the wall. I'm not sure exactly what happened to Ashton there. If I can get a word with Ashton here real quick. Give him a message here and see if maybe he can enlighten me. But Ashton Crowder is not on the track. Tommy Massey in that 05 machine trying to stay. He is not going to fight on that outside too hard there with the 31 and that number 14 machine, as that 51 also the 51 of if I can find him, Bradley Burke, going to get around him as well. Back up front, though, Brandon McKissick still has company with Ryan Dyson in that 28 machine on his tail. And the 42 still fighting that 21 of Tom Bourne. So Tom doing everything he can to, he's driving his line. He is not leaving that door open. At number 97 of Mike Tellier right up in front. Shane Niswonger in 22nd position. The 18 of Walker Thomas gets around him. Walker is in 16th. Number 97 of Mike Tellier taking it really high there, just allowing the drivers to get around him. '28 of Ryan Dyson gets a little squirrely there again. I'm sure he's feeling the tire wear indefinitely here, as they've been 72 laps caution free and no pit stops have been made. Like we do have some pit road takers here. Mike Tellier in that number 97 machine down pit road here. So that'll put Mike Tellier another lap down. 75 of 200, folks. 75 of 100. 100 laps will end stage one, and then they'll do 100 more laps to finish out the race. Welcome back, Beware. Glad to have you back in chat, man. Hope dinner was good. Whoa, that 42 and the 28 almost made some contact there. Now that will allow the 28 of Ryan Dyson to get around that 42. Now Ryan has not led a lap here tonight, folks. So Ryan looking to lead at least a lap. And as he crosses the line, he will do it. So Ryan Dyson will get the bonus point, get a bonus point here for leading a lap. He's got a lot of catching up to do with Brandon McKissick there. Has led 62 laps here tonight so far, folks. But that 28 did what he had to do to get around that 42 machine. Lap 79, folks. Been some great racing here. Green flag so far. Bring up the caution count here. No cautions, for no laps. The 3 lead changes here tonight already. 121 laps to go. Shane Niswanger and Tommy Massey currently 2 laps down. Mike Tellier has taken his car behind the wall, folks. So we have 2 drivers here that have retired for the evening. Ashton Crowder, Mike Tellier. Currently running in 9th now, Adam de Blasio in that number 94 machine. Nobody has still elected to pit here yet, folks. Right now would probably not be the time to pit due to the fact that you will be coming to 15 to go here momentarily. For the end of the stage here, and you know, you want all the track position that you can get as that 28 machine of Ryan Dyson, and almost took it to the back end of that 21 of Tom Bourne there. Tom Bourne, though, doing whatever he has to do to keep that vehicle ahead of the leaders, to stay at least, you know, just 1 lap down. Of course, being a lap down is not fun anyhow. Of course, he does not want to go any further down than what he is. Got a battle back here, though, between, it looks like, the 24 and the 42. Yes, we do, and that 24 had to lock him up there, or he would have got into that 42 machine. Brandon McKissick and Riley Grant Davis. That allowed the 44 of Michael Laria to catch up to the back bumper of them. Joshua Adams, the gentleman we rode with early in the cockpit view, currently running up here in the top 5, having a good, solid run here tonight at Martinsville. Alrighty, folks, 11 to go here for the end of the stage. And Ryan Dawson now has, it looks like, a 1.66 second lead over Brandon McKissick here. Trying to finish out the stage here with the win. Got a battle behind that 42 machine between the 24 now and the 44. The 24 being Raleigh Grant Davis and the 44 Michael Laria, and they are side by side as they cross the line. Now the 44 will cleanly make the pass here, but they are still a neck and neck here, folks, coming on to the backstretch here. So 9 laps to go here for the stage. We'll keep an eye on the battle back here between these guys, but of course we're going to keep an eye on the leader here as well, the number 28 of Ryan Dyson. We do have some people coming down pit road. Tanner Allen down a pit road. Looks like Tommy Massey is also on a pit road as well. No, Tommy Massey is out on the track. There it goes. All right, finally updated. Well, Tommy Massey is out on track. Now it looks like Tanner Allen is going to be back out on track here momentarily with a pit stop of about a 14.5 seconds. All right, now Ryan Dyson, though, in command here. A little battle going on between the 21 and that number 10. The 21 of Tom Bourne and the 10 of Robert Kinney. These two gentlemen are just 1 lap down, so they are fighting for position here. That has allowed, of course, the 28 to catch up to them both, but it also has allowed that 42 of Brandon McKissick to catch up to that 28, as they are pretty much bumper to bumper here. Now the 4 getting into the mix here of Tanner Allen. Tanner Allen is in between the leader 28 of Ryan Dyson and the 42 of Brandon McKissick. A little bit of a distance between them two with that lap car there, but still wouldn't count out anybody out in this race, folks, because there's still going to be 100 laps to go after the end of the stage. When they get the green flag, I would say there'll probably be about 97 laps left after, they get the green flag. All right, beware. Yes, be safe. Everybody out there, be safe with the storms rolling in, especially in the plains here, Oklahoma, Kansas, parts of Texas. And, of course, we here in Arkansas will get our fair share tomorrow. So everybody please be safe and stay weather aware out there if you're doing any traveling, or if you're at home, or whatever the case may be. Just please heed all the warnings and the watches that the Storm Prediction Center or the National Weather Service post, and just stay safe. That's all we ask here at MaxSpeedTV. Well, all right, lap 99 of 200 here, as that 28 machine of Ryan Dyson here going to lead them to the line here, and probably try to win the stage here. We'll see exactly how they call it, but I don't know exactly when they're going to call it here. Maybe on the next lap. Oh, we have some bumping and some banging already, folks, and it hasn't ended yet. But there is some bumping and some banging going on here. The 42 getting a little squirrely there.
All right, man, caution is out.
Whoa. And it looks like Brandon McKissick will win the stage here. Wow. Well, that was heck of a driving there by all these guys. But Brandon McKissick coming home with the stage a win here, folks. We'll see if we can get Brandon up here to interview him real quick. We'll wait till he comes back out on the track. I don't want to mess up his pit. It looks like the 28 will beat him out, though. But nevertheless, the 42 of Brandon McKissick will win the stage. Brandon McKissick, got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, Brandon, man, how did you do it, bud? Come in and grabbed the stage win here, lap 100, bud. Heck of a driving by all you guys down there. No cautions within the first 100 laps, bud. Talk about it.
Well, I started the run decent, pulled away to a 1.2 second lead, but then I lost it because I got in an altercation with the 21 and he blocked me, and then that cost me the lead. Then I got it back after Ashton ran into trouble. However, after that, my tires were killed, and then Dyson was able to get around me, but lap traffic kind of held him up, and I just forwarded it to the outside and somehow came out alive.
Well, you know, there was some bumping and some banging going on between the lap cars there. You know, you think that might have played a big role there to help you get around?
No, that definitely played a major role in me getting around, because my tires were definitely shot after I was getting held up by lap cars, and then the same thing happened to Dyson as they were all running side by side in front of him. So as that held him up, I took advantage of it and was able to get around, but that was all influenced by lap cars.
Exactly. You know, you got that right, but you'll come home with the stage win here, Brandon. So right now you've got 64 laps under your belt here. I see I was going to get double filed here, so we'll let you get back to it, Brandon, and good luck.
Thank you.
Well, Brandon McKissick did win the stage. Congratulations to Brandon winning the stage, but that 28 of Ryan Dyson beat him out of pit road. So that 28 machine will lead them to the green flag here as we go green flag racing for the next 100 laps here, folks. It is by far not over. And I'm sure patience are going to be thrown out the window here, folks, because now it's all about getting the win here. About 94 laps left here to go, folks, as we bring up the caution account here. When it decides it wants to bring it up. There it goes. Caution number, actually 0, because that was just a stage caution. So we've had the stage caution, not a big deal, for 3 laps. We have 93 laps to go, folks, and we've had 6 lead changes here tonight. Great racing by all these guys out here. We've had 3 retirees for the evening. Bradley Burke, Mike Tellier, and Ashton Crowder decided to take their cars behind the wall. Now Ryan Dyson has the point here with Brandon McKissick right behind him in that 42 machine. Riley Grant Davis in 3rd here. Michael Finlayson, your current points leader, in 4th. And Michael Laria in the 5th spot here in that double 4 machine, 44 machine. Currently running back here in the 5th spot. Now he's got a battle going on between him and the 94 of Adam de Blasio. 44 and the 94 fighting it out here for position. They still are side by side here, coming on to the backstretch here, folks. Making their way around corner number 3. The 94 pushing up just a little bit, not much to affect that 44 machine. If they cross the stripe, 44 will have that position momentarily. He'll find onto the outside, but oh, we have our first official caution. Well, the number 49 of Shane Niswonger going around. Let's go back and take a look, folks, and see what happened to Shane. It looks like there might have been some contact between him and the 18. The 18 being Walker Thomas. That'll put Shane Niswonger, though, spinning him around. Good job by everybody, trying to dodge it. So there is our official first caution, folks, here on MaxSpeedTV. with the Upper Edge Racing League, the APC Auto Parts Interest 200. Well, I am being joined in the booth right now here with Ashton Crowder. Ashton, man, how you doing, bud?
Doing pretty good. Just got out of the infield care center, so doing pretty fine and looking forward to seeing the rest of this race.
Well, man, I hate talking about what happened down there because I know you're probably a little bit upset, but man, what's going on? How did the car feel while you was down there racing?
Put the wrong steering ratio in it, so we're a bit behind the 8-ball there, but I mean, the car felt good, a little bit tight on center and entry center, so you can get around that really fast.
Well, I mean, it's glad to have you up here in the booth, man. Yeah, still feeling under the weather, and of course, Charles is having some severe weather down where he's at. So, you know, I told him I'd step in here tonight and help him do this. And, you know, here at MaxSpeedTV, we try to help out each other when we can. But thank you for, you know, opting in to come up here and join me in the booth, man. Been one heck of a race out here with these guys. First 100 laps, caution-free. We've had our first caution here, and it looks like just a little bit of incident here on a short track like Martinsville.
Yeah, I didn't get to see what happened in that wreck there, but 100 laps, green flag until the stage caution. Everybody's really clean. Just lap cars, you know, kind of holding people up a little bit, but kind of have to expect that in short track racing. But Ryan Dyson right now doing a terrific job out there in front. I know he's really good here, so hopefully he'll be able to close it out.
Well, at the beginning when they were racing for that stage win, I thought Ryan Dyson, my personal opinion, you know, I thought Ryan Dyson was going to have that stage win. But then lap traffic came into play, and it allowed, of course, Brandon McKissick to just get around him and pull out the stage win here.
Sure, I saw that on the monitor. Guess I kind of lucked into that one, but he was the fastest pretty much all around, so if there's anybody else to get that stage one, it's definitely him.
Exactly. Well, we're going to be going green flag. Here's that 28th on the loud pedal here of Ryan Dyson. Joshua Adams in that number 88 started on the outside of him, and that 28 got a good jump there.
Yeah, Shane Therian on that inside trying to get the run off, but that outside off a restart is really dominant. You see Josh Adams being able to get the run off and taking over the second position.
And Joshua Adams indeed going to take over the second spot in that number 88 machine. I put Shane back in third here. And now that number 2 machine I thought was going to look to the inside of Shane Therian here. But Justin Munsil in that number 2 machine probably thought better of it as he's got company with that 14 directly behind him.
They were reckoning in the back there. That was Michael Laria. Just got a little bump from the 18 going into the corner and went around. No caution. Keep it green.
No caution. Keep it green. And that's not what I'm sure some of these other fellas wanted. They probably wanted the caution to get back on the lead lap, especially Seth Silverio. I hope I pronounced his last name correctly. Oh, caution is out.
See who that was.
Brandon McKissick. You got to be kidding.
Oh, not McKissick.
It looks like the 42 and the 45.
Yeah, big contact there for McKissick. Just getting to the back of Carl Shed a little bit there. No, Shed got in the session a little bit late, so probably didn't have enough practice they wanted, but it's really unlucky for McKissick.
Exactly. You know, we'll go back and take a look at it, folks, to kind of see what happened here between Brandon and Carl. And, of course, it looked like the 45 got into the wall there, and it kind of misjudged, and, of course, that upset everybody. And the 42 and the 45 getting involved in that. It looks like the 45 of Carl Shed might have got the worst end of the stick on that one. As the 42, I'm not seeing any significant damage on his machine.
Yeah, a little bit of damage to the left front. Probably after this race, going to get a new front clip, but I think he'll be able to get that repaired. Maybe down a couple horsepower, but nothing he shouldn't be able to handle.
Well, here at Martinsville, all you need is just get around the track, really, because aerodynamics and, of course, downforce really don't play a big role here, as well as, you know, you can't really draft off of anybody either. So if it'll go, go.
For sure, yeah, that's the one thing that's really cool about Martinsville is aerodynamics really don't matter as much as they do at other tracks. So if you have a little bit of damage, it'll hurt you a little bit, but not really enough to ruin a race.
I think what hurts you the most is the long run. Short runs don't really hurt per se. It's those long runs that will get you with the damage, well, certain types of damage.
Oh, for sure. If you get some damage on the rear and get rid of some of that rear downforce, we're spin the tires so much off the corner that if you lack just a little bit of rear downforce, it can really hurt you in the long run. And so one of the cool things about Martinsville, you're not really losing speed on entry per se, you're more losing it on exit because you don't have that turn down and that grip off that you need and usually have. So but rear damage, it can hurt you a good bit, but not as much as other tracks.
Got about 75 laps here to go, folks. This has been the Upper Edge Racing League, the APC Auto Parts Centuries 200 here. You know, it's been some great racing here. You know, I'm amazed that, you know, with the amount of cars y'all did have out here tonight, you know, there wasn't a whole lot of caution. You know, 2 cautions here so far. Of course, knock on wood, it ain't over yet.
Still 75 laps to go. A lot can happen here in Martinsville in 75 laps. It's a short track, but when it comes down to about 50 laps to go, that's when laps really start to feel long.
Well, exactly. Well, Ashton, man, get him going, bud.
Ryan Dyson, expecting him to go a little bit earlier than expected, get a run off the corner and get a jump. He is. Green flag back in the year. Gonna get about 2 car length lead, and it's all he's gonna need down to turn number 1. So side by side off the corner, Joshua Adams on the high line again. He's gonna be able to clear Shane Theory in there and gonna get the run off of 4 as well. That's just what he needed.
Number 88 Machine did make that move on that 38 on the high side. Did make the pass, so very clean pass. Now that 38 of Shane, and we have another caution.
It's Jamie Dyson, number 11. On the turn number 1, I think he got a dive bomb from the 1 of Tanner Tallarico, my teammate, and he hit the inside curve, came back up the track and touched Jamie, and that sent him up into the outside wall. Very unfortunate for both drivers.
Oh, man. Well, it looked like that number 11 already had some left front damage there, and as you see, that number 1 is behind him. We're taking a look. Yeah, that number 1, yeah, does take it down low. Oh, hits the rumble strip, bounces back up into that 11 machine. So that is actually, yeah, what happened. That goes to show you what that yellow bump there where the grass is will do to these Gen 6 cars going at that high rate of speed.
Yeah, the front splitter is so low to the ground. Every track, if you hit that curbing on the inside, it's really going to shoot you up the track, and it's exactly what we saw there from Tanner Tallarico.
Well, folks, I hope you're enjoying the broadcast here tonight. Sorry I'm not very talkative. Well, I mean, I'm talkative, but not very uppity-up like I usually am. But I'm here. I'm joined by Ashton Crowder, one of the drivers here for the Upper Edge Racing. One very good driver indeed. But Martinsville wasn't very too friendly to you tonight, was it, Ashton?
Yeah, not at all. I'm not usually that good here anyways, so I tried to put in as much practice as I could, and just wrong place, wrong time. I had some stuff go wrong, like putting in the wrong steering ratio and stuff like that. And everything piled on, but happy I could come up here to the booth and call the rest of the race with you.
Well, we can blame it on the weather like everything else, okay? That sound good to you?
Sounds great to me, for sure. Yeah, looking back to 13th right now, Brandon McKissick won the first stage. don't know what happened to him. I didn't get to see it, but he's back there trying to work his way back up. Got an incident with Carl Shed, but just trying to make a good recovery here and get some good points. But the one thing I really enjoy about Upper Edge Racing League is that they have stages. So halfway through the race, depending on what track it is, you have a caution, and if you win the stage, you get 10 extra points. So that means at the end of the race, if you don't quite get the finish you want, you can still have the most points at the end of the night just by finishing first in the stage and, you know, maybe finishing 5th. So it gives you a nice little cushion there.
It all works out at the end, yeah. You know, getting it, the, you know, point there for, you know, all the points count add up at the end, but we'll get them going here as that 28 machine, it gets a good start there, and it looked like that 14 machine back here in the back, Michael Finlayson, spun some tires there, got a little bit squirrely as they are still 2x2 to 28, getting a good start there as well. They get about a 0.3 of a second lead over Joshua Adams. They're currently in that second spot.
Yeah, Mike lost a little bit of time on that restart, but using that high lane, he was able to gain a position back that he would have lost otherwise. De Blasio makes a great move to the inside of him. Wish I could have made a few of those when I was out on track, but he set that up perfectly, and now it's going to be side by side with him and Finlayson.
We're riding with Michael. We're riding with that number 94 machine right now of Adam de Blasio here, fighting side by side with that 14 of Michael Finlayson. Michael is your current points leader here coming into tonight. So Michael's looking to have a good, strong finish here to, you know, keep the points lead as he is only 8 points ahead of Dylan Roberts. Now Dylan Roberts is currently setting in a fourth here in that 31 machine. So right now it's pretty close between them two.
Yeah, it looks like he's gonna just get by de Blasio and get to the outside of Dylan Roberts. Both HVM teammates, so it's gonna be interesting to see how much give and take. Well, how much they give to each other really, and how much they take.
Exactly.
Blasio gonna get back to the inside, so Adam de Blasio make some moves. I believe he started last, so making a really good run here. Gonna get the win.
Exactly, you know, doing everything they can. Of course, you know, the higher up you finish, the better. Of course, if you win, you get the biggest points. As that, whoa, we've seen that 94 of Adam de Blasio there. He tagged the wall.
Oh, a little bit of contact to Michael Finlayson. That's Noco number 14 car. He is getting really roughed up right now. Still just trying to make that outside work. That's the thing about Martinsville on iRacing.com. You usually don't see the outside working in real life, but on here with the track model and track heat we have, you can really get the high side to work, and that's exactly what he's trying to do right now.
Well, if anybody can do it, I'm sure that number 14 machine will be the one to do it, as we are almost here, folks, with almost, it looks like we're on lap 141 here. And we'll take a look at the caution count here because I don't like doing math in my head. 60 laps to go here, 18 caution laps. We've had 2 regular cautions, 2 stage cautions. The 44 gets into the 14, almost spins him. Good save by both of those gentlemen. Now that 44 machine of Michael Laria is going to have some damage after he made contact with that 14.
Yeah, Finlay's right now just not having the luck he needs to really keep pace, but right behind him trying to work his way back up through the field, Brandon McKissick, they're both teammates, so another battle with HVM teammates that we're going to see here tonight.
Yes, sirree.
Alrighty. Yeah, Brandon McKissick, Martinsville is one of his favorite racetracks, and really showing that here tonight. He's really knowing where to place his car and knowing where to gain time. But back up to the leader, Ryan Dyson, almost a second advantage over Joshua L. Adams. Just absolutely dominant performance here tonight. I expected him to be quick coming into tonight from practice session we did about a week ago. He's really fast everywhere he goes, but Martinsville seems to be probably his favorite racetrack, I would say, besides maybe Eldora. But he's really showing his stuff right now. But Adam de Blasio started P19, I believe. He went all the way back to start P25th, and he's working his way up through the field very nicely, all the way up to P3 right now.
Yeah, we're talking about Adam de Blasio here. Started, yes, he did start 19th position, all the way up to 3rd, fighting at that 38 of Shane Therian there on that outside. And, you know, something about Martinsville, and of course really any short track, as you know, Ashton, is if you're not rubbing on a short track, you ain't racing. And these guys are doing both.
Exactly, and they're doing it cleanly too. And that's what makes good drivers great at short tracks, is if you can rub on another guy and keep it clean without wrecking each other, that's really going to show how talented you are at these places. And that's what Adam de Blasio is doing right now. He's, you know, rubbing up against drivers, giving them bumpers and stuff like that, but he's doing it cleanly, and that's really what matters here.
Giving them the little love tap, say, hey, I'm down here.
Yeah, man, if you ain't giving bumpers, you ain't giving nothing. So that's what he's doing right now, and really textbook. He's 2/10 faster than the leader right now. And I know de Blasio is fast, but 2/10 faster than the leader. That's lightning pace right now.
Well, the first 100 laps, or the first, I would say, 64 of the 100 laps at the beginning of the race went to Brandon McKissick. He led 64 of the first 100 laps there. Ryan Dyson led a few. Ashton Crowder, yourself, hey, you led 13, man, so some bonus points for you. And Carl Shedd, you know, he led a lap too, so bonus points for him. But right now, Ryan Dyson here has led 71 laps here as he crosses the stripe there to make it 72 laps for him. So right now, he's got the most laps led. And I believe if he can hang on to it, he'll clinch it, because the only one close to him is Brandon McKissick, and Brandon is currently running in the 9th spot here.
Yeah, at this moment, without a caution, I don't think Brandon's going to be able to get back up to Ryan. He's about 4.2 seconds back right now, so really too much of a deficit to really come back from unless a caution comes out. But just want to say Ryan Dyson, just absolutely incredible performance tonight. He's driving the wheels off that thing.
Yeah, he's definitely driving the wheels off there. Now got a 1.1 second lead over that 88 of Joshua Adams there. And, you know, 1.3 seconds may not look like a whole lot or sound like a whole lot, but on a short track, it's hard to really catch them. If they're fast, they know how to drive the car, and they get around the track at the corners, it makes it very difficult to catch up to them.
For sure, and every track, you know, time intervals are different, but at Martinsville, like you said, 1 second advantage is about a quarter of a straightaway, and that's a lot of time in Martinsville. The Dyson that last time ran a 21.420, and Adam de Blasio ran a 21.340 in traffic. So I think if Adam can quickly get by Joshua Adams, he's going to be giving Ryan a run for his money. And he's going to make the move to the inside. Will he throw it in? He will. Wow.
Yes, he does.
That was set up to perfection out of turn number 2.
Yes, he
Gets
was.
the run off the corner and throws it in on him. That's perfect. A little bit of contact on the straightaway, but Joshua let him go. And it's going to be Adam de Blasio to P2. He won last race at Atlanta, and looking to make it a two-peat. Very Kyle Busch-esque if he can get it done.
Well, that 94 machine did a little bit of bumping there with that 88 machine to kind of slow him down a little bit. You kind of heard the smack there to let that 88, hey, I'm down here, and I'm going to do this cleanly, but I'm going to tap you to get you to slow down. That way I can get around you. So, you know, a little bit of rubbing, a little bit of racing. Very cleanly done by both of those drivers. You know, the 94 tapping the 88, and the 88 not getting, I would say he probably didn't get mad about it, but, you know, I'm sure he knows your rubbing is going to be racing, and that's what that 94 did.
For sure, and just Adam de Blasio and Ryan Dyson, they're both running about the same pace right now and pretty much evening out. But if I'm Dyson at the moment, I'm just kind of riding, not really pushing that hard, and trying to keep my tires on car as long as I can. So if de Blasio does catch me, I can just pull straight away. And that's a strategy that you see a lot of drivers in, say, Peak, and top drivers in NIS do. If they're the leader, they'll kind of what's called lead manage, and they'll just stay at a certain pace, and they'll let the guy in second catch up to them, and then as soon as they start to get to their back bumper, they'll pick it up and pull away. That's something that Matt Busa is really good at. He just kind of lets you get up to him, and then as soon as he needs to go, he flies away. And that's
exactly
one of the easiest ways to really keep a lead and lead as many laps as possible.
Well, we've got a battle back here for fourth spot here between the 24 and the 31. Actually, this is for the top 5 here. Dylan Roberts and Raleigh Grant Davis here fighting it together here. The 24 making a move onto the inside of that 31 will complete the pass here. We go back into the field just a little ways further. Now, Brandon McKissick still running in the 9th spot. He has got his eye set on Michael Finlinson, the points leader here. Still pretty much single file for the most part here, but there's still several laps left here tonight, folks. So still wouldn't count anybody out. A caution can come out any time, and then again, you're bunched back up together on a restart, and anything can happen.
For sure. If a caution comes out anytime soon, it's really going to change everything. But so much stuff can happen on a restart here at Martinsville. You can have somebody pull a dive bomb to the inside, make contact, really anything. So caution flies, it's really going to change the game. Down to a 6/10 lead. Down to a 6/10 lead for Ryan Dyson.
Yeah, 6/10 of a second lead. Yeah, it's winding down for Adam de Blasio here. He's catching up.
And Adam, he doesn't get a lot of credit because he stays pretty quiet. Probably the best thing for him to stay quiet. That's honestly what a lot of people don't do on here anyways. Bit of a chirp there to a lot of people, sorry. But yeah, he stays really quiet, so not many people really know of him. But he's a very clean, very consistent driver, and he's showing it right now. He's running down Ryan Dyson at a very smooth 1/10 of a second pace. So a track like Martinsville, though, a 1/10 of a second is a ton of time, and he's been able to do that about every single lap except when there's traffic. So right now he's really on pace to pass him at, you know, pretty much an easy pace at this point. But it's going to be about setting it up and figuring out where you want to do it into. I would personally choose turn 3. It's a bit bumpier, so you can make a move a little bit easier there. Turn 1 can work also. If he scares him enough, you could probably get him to move up into turn 1 and get around him. But it's going to be really interesting to see how he sets it up.
Exactly. You know, they're coming around lap traffic here with that number 10 machine on the outside, Robert Kenny. And the 94, he has caught up to the back of Ryan Dawson here. So, you know, it's going to be, you know, really interesting to see with about 30 laps to go here when they cross the line here momentarily, see exactly what that 94 machine is going to do.
Yeah, he still has a lot of time, about 31 laps to do it. So he can really spend this time right now just figuring out what he wants to do for later. But if a caution comes out, it's more than likely going to be a 4-tire stop. I don't really see a need to stay out. So if you do get a caution, go for 4 tires, I think that's going to play into Adam's hands even more than it is right now.
Well, here at Martinsville, I don't think you should take just 2 tires. I think you should take the all 4 tires. Get the fresh tires. That way you know you have the tires to finish out the race. If a caution does come out. Now, how much tires have they saved? You know, Ryan Dawson and Adam and de Blasio. Have they saved enough tires to make moves on each other if they have to?
I think Ryan has saved a decent bit, probably a little bit more than I would have, personally. but I think Adam de Blasio, to get up to him like he needed to, I think he used a little bit more than he probably should have. Maybe got the tires about maybe a degree and a half more than Ryan, but he's still keeping really good pace, and it's just gonna come down on when he sets up that move and if he does have the tires to do it, because it may not sound like a lot, but 1 to 2 degrees more on a right front, right rear tire can be the difference between about a half a tenth. So that's gonna make all the difference when you're running side by side with someone.
Exactly. You know, they get about 20. They'll have 25 laps to go here, folks. When that number 28 machine of Ryan Dawson crosses the line here, he's got company with that 94 of Adam de Blasio in second. Joshua Adams now about 2 seconds behind the leader here. So, you know, he's sitting in third. Shane Theron in fourth. Raleigh Grant Davis in fifth. Dylan Robertson sixth. Michael Finlayson in seventh. Brandon McKissick in eighth now. Michael Larry in ninth. And Carl Shedd will round out the top 10 here, folks. With 25 laps to go here. What does Adam de Blasio have for that 28 machine of Ryan Dawson?
I'd say he has a good bit considering he's still keeping pace, but well, actually now Ryan's starting to pull away from him a little bit, but if he still has the tires to do it, I think he'll start to make a move with about 20 or so to go. That's when I'd probably go for it, but he's probably gonna have to sit there at about a 3/10, 2/10 of a second behind and keep the tires at a certain temperature and not really burn them up too much. But that's something you'll see. Garrett Lowe is really good at this in NASCAR iRacing Series and even the NASCAR iRacing Pro Series. When he burns up his right front, right rear tire, he understands when that happens and he plans ahead of time and backs off the pace just a little bit to get the tires back to the optimum temperature they need to be. And that might be what Adam de Blasio is doing right now. Don't really know because I'm not in his car, but he seems to have backed it off a little bit and picked it back up again, so I'm almost willing to bet that's what he was going for.
He has caught back up to the back bumper of that 28 machine. About a 3/10 of a second gap now between them two. So be 20 laps to go here when they cross the line here momentarily, folks. So we're getting down to the final laps of the race here. 180 of 200. When he crosses the line, then there will be 20 to go. They're on just 180 right now. So, you know, been some great racing out here, Ashton. As you well know, you race with these guys week in and week out. So they're putting on a show here tonight with, yeah, the cautions started to come out, but they got it underway here. 2 cautions at the beginning, of course. You know, they had the stage caution, and then we had some cautions come out there. People, I'd say people just getting a little bit aggressive there. Of course, you know, maybe short track racing, 2 cautions, you know, happens. You know, you get a little bumpy. You maybe go into somebody too hard and it spins them. You know, that's what happens. But hey, 2 cautions ain't bad.
2 cautions at a track like this, that's in 180 laps. That's really unheard of on here. Real life you can kind of do it because there's more at stake, but in iRacing you usually expect a few more cautions than usual, but they are doing a terrific job of keeping this race clean and green for the most part. But Adam de Blasio, he got a little bit loose on the front straightaway a couple laps ago, but now he's trying to reel him back in, but it's going to be much harder to get back to him and make a move now than it was before.
And I think that 94 machine has got his tires heated up to a point to where there's no recovery. If he backs off too far, it's really going to be difficult to catch at 28. So we'll have to wait and see exactly, you know, what that 94 machine does. Of course, we'll go through the top 5 here for you folks real quick. Ryan Dawson currently in the first position here, leading the pack. Adam de Blasio in second. Joshua Adams in third. Shane Theron in fourth. And Raleigh Grant Davis currently running in the 5th spot here. As we go back and check on the top 5 here, and that number 24 machine. Now Raleigh Grant Davis has got his eyes set on the 38 of Shane Theron, trying to make a move on him. I thought he was going to look to the inside of that 38, but that 38 is, you know, kind of blocking that low line to make sure that 24 can't get around him.
Yeah, he's doing a terrific job of keeping him behind him right now. It's almost gonna make a little bit of contact, but he's using that high line to absolute perfection right now, getting the run off the corner and getting away from Raleigh Grant Davis. And that's really all you can do when somebody's on your bumper like that. You can either stay on the bottom, risk them bumping you and putting you up the track and possibly wrecking you, or you can run the outside like Josh Berry really knows how to do in late models in real life. Run the outside and just get the run off the corner and pull them by half a car length, and that can really add up over time.
As we see the 24 kind of get his nose in there of that 38, but that 38 gets that run on the high side. He brings it back up the track, gets the run, and that 24 just cannot get around him.
Oh, he can. And Shane Therian gonna get the run off the corner and pull him by car length and a half, but still running that high line. He really likes it up there, but the 24 is almost gonna make contact with him, but gonna pull right back away. Just running that high line perfect right now.
Yeah, exactly. 12 laps to go, and I'm sure that 24 is thinking, I've got to do something now.
For sure, and I think Adam de Blasio is thinking the same thing. He backed off and pulled right back up to Ryan Dyson, really running like Philip Morris right now, just hitting his marks perfectly and just the most consistent driver on track right now. He's run perfect, got the back bumper of Dyson off the corner there, trying to make a move. And he's gonna run the high line. See if he can make anything happen off exit. I don't think he will. He won't be able to. I think de Blasio is going to have to make a move really quickly if he wants to make anything happen. Maybe a bump and run. Maybe a Ayrton Senna fake dive bomb. That could really work good for him if he fakes that he's going to wreck him. But yeah, that's a move that you kind of have to watch. A lot of people like to do that move, but it ends up getting them in trouble where you fake that you're going to do a dive bomb into the corner, but most of the time when people do that, they slightly wheel hop and they go straight up the track and get into somebody. So if he's going to attempt that, he's really going to have to be careful. But we may start getting into some lap traffic. That's Seth Silverio with Gen X Racing. See him in the B cars and I believe the trucks a lot on the official side of iRacing. Terrific driver and happy to see him in the league.
All right, well, that would be the 81 machine of currently running back here in 18th South, Silverio. That's how you pronounce his last name, so we'll go with that. And, you know, great to have a big field out here with these guys, you know, racing it up here. 7 laps to go here. Been a great race. Of course, you know, Martinsville is going to go, you know, you can go a lap down relatively quick here, as we've seen at the beginning of the race. Within the first, I would say, 60 laps, we already had, you know, 3 or 4 cars a lap down because it's such a short track. If you know, if you're not up to pace, unfortunately, you'll go a lap down. But you still have as much right to be out there on the track as everybody else does.
For sure, yeah. We call lap traffic really quick in that first run. Not as quick as, or they're not catching them as quick this time around as they were the first run, but even if you are off the pace a little bit, you do have the right to be out there, and as long as you're not ruining the leader's race, I don't see a problem with you being out there running at all.
Now, there's been many races that I have been in, and you know, when I first started on iRacing, I wouldn't finish a race with under being 7 or 8 laps down. You know, and you know, being new to it, you know, you have to get the feel of it and everything. But after racing and understanding what it takes to be a racer on iRacing, seat time, practice, you know, you'll start coming along. You'll finish races on the lead lap, possibly, you know, up there, you know, in the top 15, top 20, maybe a top 10. And sooner or later, you'll get that all-elusive win, and it sure feels good to get that first win. My first win was in the Gen 6 car at Daytona in an official race. It was a fixed series, but that's the only win that I have ever gotten on iRacing. And that 94 is getting awfully squirrely back here.
Yeah, he's getting super loose. Just heat up those rear tires just enough, trying to get to Dyson. I think Dyson sees that, and I believe he's backing off his pace just a little bit. De Blasio's really going to have to get those tires gripped up a little bit. Maybe hit the tab key just to see his delta bar, see where he can gain a little bit. But yeah, at the moment, 1 lap to go. I don't really think it's going to be able to get there without lap traffic.
Exactly. Ryan Dyson will take the one to go here. White flag in the air, folks. 1 lap to go for Ryan Dyson.
He has ran pretty much a perfect race onto this point. Didn't get the stage win, really deserved it. Lap traffic didn't really help him, but off of turn number 4, it's going to be Ryan Dyson winning at Martinsville for, I believe, his 2nd time in 2 years.
Wow, Ryan Dyson taking the victory here for the Upper Edge Racing League for the APC Auto Parts Centuries 200 at Martinsville, folks. Stay tuned. We'll get everybody down here for the interview. Top 3 here coming up. Ryan Dyson, Adam de Blasio, and Joshua Adams is your top 3 here. So stay tuned, folks. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Alrighty, folks, back live, caught up with a 3rd place finisher here, Joshua Adams, man. 200 laps. First 100 laps when caution free. The second stint of the race, y'all had 2 cautions there, but nevertheless, great race there. Just a surviving more of the chance. Talk about the racing, tire wear, and what was it like down there with the amount of cars y'all had down there, and of course, lap traffic.
The racing was a lot of fun, especially in the beginning when we were all packed up together. I'm not usually very good at Martinsville, and I got to the top and took off and started passing people, and I was really surprised about that. The race is just a lot of fun from start to finish. Short track here this evening, here at Martinsville for the Upper Edge Racing League. Congratulations on a 3rd place. Now, did lap traffic kind of help you think, maybe at the end there to get up there in the 3rd place? Because I know y'all were passing, lap traffic there quite a bit at the end. Yeah, that last pit stop, I pitted 5th or 6th, 7th maybe. Or I was 5th, 6th, or 7th, wherever I was. I decided to stay out with Ryan and restarted 2nd. And I really thought I was going to just get gobbled up by all those guys, but only one of them got by. I was able to hang on, so it was good. Well, all right, man. Well, congratulations on third here tonight. Now we're going to give you a quick question here going into next week's race at Michigan. Not a super speedway, but you might as well call it a super speedway because the draft plays a big role in that as well as, aerodynamics. So what do you think you got for Michigan next week?
Michigan next week, that's usually one of my better tracks. And I got back on track tonight. This season started really bad. I hope I can roll it over next week. I know I'm pretty good there, so we'll see.
Well, all right, Joshua. Well, congratulations on third, man. Is there anybody you want to thank, give a shout out to for third place finish here this evening?
Yeah, you guys for doing the broadcast. They're pretty good. Ryan for putting on the league. Shout out to my teammate Shane. We both got top fives. Walker was here, so that was good. We had Collar and Elbow on the hood. They're a new sponsor for us this year, so we gave them a good run. And then we've got by Power on the car as well, as Shane gave them a top five, so that was good as well.
All right, Joshua. We'll see you next week, bud, at Michigan, and go celebrate, man.
Thank you.
And I'm caught up down here with Adam de Blasio. Adam, how'd your race go?
It was definitely a very exciting race because my first laps on the track were basically the start of the race since my league race or Road to Pro last night at Dover. Never got to practice Martinsville at all, and I also missed a driver's meeting, so that let me get an EOL penalty, which is in the rule book. That's absolutely fine. Started dead last tonight and came up one spot short of my goal.
And yeah, you had a huge setback there, getting that EOL, missing the driver's meeting, but you recovered to a P2 finish, and that's two really good finishes for you back to back. I don't think you got the finish you wanted to at Daytona, but you got the win 2 weeks ago at Atlanta. Then you got a second here. But talk to me about how the tire wear and tires hooking up on the long run. I only got like maybe 30 laps, so I didn't really get to see feel the full effect of it. But just tell me how tough it was to keep the tires on you and keep gripping those rear tires.
Yeah, Martinsville, because it's two long drag strips connected by two tight corners, it's all about managing how you mash that gas pedal, because you got about 850 horsepower, and you gotta manage those rear tires to get the rear bite off, and you have to run the exit a certain way. And Dyson was the only driver that I saw that was really hitting the exit perfectly, very consistently, lap after lap.
For sure, yeah. I had to run behind him for most of my race, so seeing him hit the exit perfectly every time was admittedly pretty frustrating. But got one more question for you. Don't really ask too much about Road to Pro stuff and leagues, but how's your Road to Pro season going so far?
Not good. I'm like 87th out of 1,200 people that are in it. You need to be top 20 to have a shot, and I'm not on a team or anything, so I don't have the best of setups. And when you're competing against first and second split setups, you can't really. You can do the best you can, which I do. I have fun, and I just do it for fun and see what I can get.
Sure, trust me, I know a lot about Mitchell Hunt and John Gorlinski up there dominating races, but awesome P2 finish for you. Syracuse was better than Virginia Tech this week for first time in a while. Wink, wink. But is there anybody you want to thank? Anybody that gets it done for you?
Yeah, first off, I want to thank Ryan Dyson for putting on this league, Lariah for being admin, you guys up there in the broadcast booth for broadcasting the race. I always enjoy looking back at it and seeing how the race played out for not only me, but everyone else. I want to thank my Rapolo Brothers Racing teammates, Carl Shed, who was in this race, but also my brother Eric de Blasio, Joseph Tice, Trevor Rapolo, Bruce Ackerman. I always forget one, and I forget who I forget. I want to thank Silent Empire, my Road to Pro sponsor, for being on the car in my Road to Pro. But in Upper Edge, I want to thank Syracuse University because they gave me a great education. I'm the class of 2016 there, got my degree in accounting, finance, and mathematics, and just want to I'm disappointed about finishing second, but that's one of the most hard-fought, fun battles I've ever had for the win, and Ryan did a great job. I wasn't going to bump him out of the way at all. I don't know if he had that in his mind, but I wanted to keep it clean and just have a great, fun time, and that's what I did tonight.
Sure, you put on a heck of a show, come from, I believe, last place all the way up to second. That was just an amazing drive by you, and wish you the best of luck next week in Michigan.
Yeah, thank you.
Down to you, Joshua, with the winner.
All right. Well, I want to give a big shout out to Adam de Blasio. Yeah, he started 19th, man, finished second. Congratulations on second. We'll see you next week at Michigan. Not a super speedway, but might as well call it a super speedway because it's going to be a fast track out there for you guys. So good luck, man. Go celebrate. We'll see you next week.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Now we're going to get down here to Ryan Dyson, the winner here tonight. Now, Ryan, I don't know how you did it out there, bud, but once you got up there in the lead, you pretty much dominated the race. Talk about it, what it took to keep everybody behind you, because Adam de Blasio was right there on your tail.
Woohoo! We did it, boys. We did it. As a wise man once said in Victory Lane, we get it, we got it, we got it, we did it. Dale Earnhardt Daytona. That's my Daytona right there. Not a huge fan of Daytona, but Martinsville is my Daytona because everyone wants to shoot for that one. Martinsville, I don't know why. It's always been my favorite track. It's always had a special place for me, and might have something to do with watching Gordon win there for so many times. But absolutely love Martinsville. Every time we go there, I just work hard all week to try and get a victory. And last season, I ended up getting the victory, and it was a little bit tainted in the end. And even though there was no intent, and people sort of shut down my neck at it, but tonight straight up drove it, and does it feel good? I can't feel my left foot.
Well, Ryan, man, coming into tonight now, I'm not trying to rub it in at any way, shape, or form, man, but you come into tonight 17th in points, okay? But this win tonight is definitely going to help you jump up a few spots, I'm sure, in the point standings going into next week at Michigan. But as far as the race here tonight, man, here at Martinsville, the paperclip, drag strips, tight corners, tire wear, I'm sure that was all playing into effect as well as the lap traffic that y'all had throughout that whole race.
Yeah, entering 17th in points doesn't show how things have gone. At Daytona, I didn't even have a chance to race. I got wrecked from a lag thing, I think 8 laps in, so that took away any stage points and any chance at a win or anything there. And last week, I think I finished 11th, so that was pointing in the right direction. And then tonight, I think I got max points with the loss of 1 point because some lap cars racing stupid in front of me cost me the stage win. But that's not the checker flag that matters. So Martinsville's it's really about getting into the corners properly, rolling the center, and then getting that proper exit. And I think I mentioned Adam. Or I think I heard Adam mention about having to get off the corner properly. And that is the only way to succeed at Martinsville is back your corner up on entry and then roll the center properly so that you can get a straight shot on exit. And those rear tires were lighting up towards the end of that one. I hadn't pit since the stage caution. I stayed out those 2 times. And I'm not going to say I wish I pit, but I wish I had the tires if I did pit.
It was a long race, 200 laps. Of course, you had the 100 laps, and then you had the stage. Of course, you and Brandon McKissick there were just fighting it hard there for the stage win. And I thought at first you was going to have the stage win. Lap traffic came into effect, huge for you. Now, kind of talk about that moment when lap traffic was playing into effect. You mentioned it, but you didn't talk about it, and then Brandon did get around you.
Yeah, I'm glad I was in chat with my brother Jamie there because he was trying to keep my head on straight because I was absolutely losing my mind those 50 laps of that stage. As soon as I got around Brandon, I think I checked out to about a second and a half, and then I think it was the 21 car, just would not move. I don't know if I pissed him off or what, but he just would not move. He was throwing blocks and everything, and I didn't want to tear off the front end of the car in the first stage. So I tried to ride it. Then he got side by side with someone, and they wouldn't move, and I almost blew a gasket off my head. But thankfully, my brother Jamie kept my head on straight and said it's just 1 point or 2 points you might lose. Just keep your head on and go for the second 100. But yeah, I don't know. I'll have to chat with those guys and see what was up with that, because I don't really like being raced that way by lap cars. But at the end of the day, I guess it doesn't really matter.
Well, all right. Well, you know, got Martinsville out of the way here, coming home with the victory here tonight. One quick question for you, Ryan. Michigan next week, and as I mentioned it before, not a super speedway, but it might as well be, because your draft plays into a big effect there at Michigan. You got high speeds. You can go 2 and 3 wide in some corners there. The back stretch, you know, you can go 4 wide on the back stretch if you do it properly. What you got for Michigan?
I'd like to say I have something, but you probably won't get to talk to me until Phoenix at the earliest. I'm not very good at tracks over a mile. I just haven't quite figured it out, so that's why tonight was also so important. I mean, I do have a B car win in upper edge competition at Michigan, so that, you know, Michigan might not be too bad for me. Hopefully I can get top half of the field is really my only goal moving forward there, and battle through the next couple of weeks before we get to another track I'm actually good at.
Well, all right, Ryan. Well, we'll let you go celebrate, man. Good luck. And is there anybody you want to thank, give a shout out to for the victory here tonight? Well, I know of at least one, which would be your brother.
Yeah, I'd like to thank Jamie for keeping my head on straight there throughout that race. That was important. Obviously, APC Auto Parts Centers, primary sponsor on this car, primary sponsor of the event tonight with the APC 200. So glad to put it in victory lane for them. And our Expression Studio, Best Plumbing and Drainage Contractors, and then obviously all the guys that help us all week. And I realize it's just a fixed setup league, but we put a lot of hours in, a lot of laps in through the week to try and get these results. So big thanks to everyone that helps throughout the week, and we talk and communicate and stuff. And the only thing that ruins tonight, the only thing, is I have a Boston Bruins logo on the hood, because I lost a bet with Shane Terrian that if the Leafs got eliminated, I would have to put a Boston Bruins logo on my hood. So that's the only thing that ruins this entire thing, is I got to have that in the victory lane pictures. But other than that, great night.
Oh, man. Yeah, well, we're going to have to well, I don't know if I have that on here, but we got a top view of the car here. So
if Trey
maybe
Beans hasn't updated, that's perfect.
yeah, well, I've got the APC on the hood. On the hood there, and yeah, I've got the Boston Bruins. So, you know, unfortunately, unfortunately, we had to grab it for you there, Ryan, just to kind of throw it out there for Shane to, you know, let him know that it's on there. But hey, man, it is what it is. But hey, you know, hey, you won here tonight, so that Boston Bruins on the hood there means nothing.
Yeah, exactly. They lost tonight to Tampa, so at least they got one victory tonight. Oof. Sorry, Shane, I had to.
Oh, stabbed him right in the back. All right, anyway, good luck, man. Go celebrate your victory here tonight, Ryan. Hopefully we'll see you next week at Michigan.
All right, thanks, guys. Can't wait to go back and watch it.
Congrats on the win, man. Well deserved.
Well, all righty, folks. Well, that is your race winner here, Ryan Dawson. We'll get them down here on the results here momentarily. Give me just a minute as I figure this out again. All righty, here we go, folks. So we're going to go to the small results here. Ryan Dawson going to be coming home with the victory here tonight. Congratulations to Ryan in that 28 for grabbing the win. Adam de Blasio finishing in that second spot. Joshua Adams in third. Dylan Robinson fourth. Shane Therian in the fifth spot. Riley Grant Davis in sixth. Michael Finlayson, your current points leader, in seventh. Brandon McKissick in eighth. Michael Area in ninth. And Carl Shedd will round out the top 10 in points here. Ashton, you want to go through the rest of them?
We got Tanner Allen in 11th. 12th is Walker Thomas. 13th, Jamie Dyson. 14th, Tom Bourne. 15th, my teammate, Tanner Tallarico. Not the night he was looking for, but 15th nonetheless. Justin Munsell in 16th. Bronson Stafford, 17th. Seth Silverio, there you go. 18th, Baron Labasco in 19th. Brandon Kaufman, 20th. 21st, Shane Neiswanger. 22nd, Robert F. Kenny. 23rd, Tommy Imasi. 24th is Bradley Burke. 25th, Mike Tellier. Oh gosh, and then me in 26th. Dang it. 20. Yeah, Ashton Crowder 26. Rest in peace.
Well, you know,
post down the points.
Well, not the race that you wanted here this evening, but congratulations to Ryan Dawson for grabbing the victory here tonight, folks. Of course, join us tomorrow night here on MaxSpeedTV. We will be live here on MaxSpeedTV for the Ghost Runner Cup series here, brought to you by MaxSpeedTV. I'll be on call for that race here. We'll be going live at 7:15 Central Standard Time, 8:15 p.m. Eastern Time. So, Ashton, it was a nice, nice having you up here in the booth with me, man. Really enjoyed it. Thank you for the company, and sorry about your luck here at Martinsville, man. Hopefully next week at Michigan, it's a lot better for you.
Yeah, thank you for letting me come up here and commentate the second half of the race. I really do appreciate it. Had a lot of fun, and tonight's one of those nights where you kind of just have to throw it away and just look at past results and say, I can get it done, and I was just, really didn't go my way. So it's always next week to improve, and that's what we're going to try to do with Michigan.
Exactly. Well, that'll do it here for MaxSpeedTV with the Upper Edge Racing League. This has been the APC Auto Parts Centuries 200 here. Until next time, folks, stay safe and have a good night.